This is exactly what you want to see to start, hopefully, a big Uptober ahead. A sea of green throughout the crypto market. ADA putting together a nice day so far, up 3.25%. This is the boom that we definitely want to start the month. Now, here's what I will say. I'm cautiously optimistic. And the reason why is we're sitting right at resistance currently in terms of ADA. It's some pretty big resistance that everybody needs to be aware of. Again, there's still some uncertainty surrounding what is going to happen with the markets following the government shutdown that took place last night. And we do need to talk about just a few things going on here. Want to address a community member comment as well as a partnership that Midnight has in place, which could be a big one. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So we actually stacked together a very great close yesterday in terms of ADA. We were actually up on the day, up 0.14%. That's a big moral victory right there. A big dragonfly doji candle. And guys, for those that aren't familiar, that typically suggests we are going to have an extension to the upside. We actually had back-to-back dragonfly doji days. That's very bullish. We are pressing on this longer term trend. And guess what? ADA broke above this. It's not really surprising because when we look at this hourly chart, not sure if anybody had noticed, but we were building actually an inverse head and shoulders here in terms of ADA. Here was our neckline, and this hourly candle alone broke through that neckline. So that's a very exciting sign. It's nice to see ADA put together a little bit of momentum here. And this hourly candle alone for ADA, 3%. So that's a very, very fun overnight candle. And it's nice to see that overseas money, overnight money, has actually started to move in conjunction with U.S. money. We had kind of the same thing yesterday where U.S. money pumped the crypto market. We had a nice solid 2% surge over the course of the day. So that's very promising. All right. Now, that being said, we did see BTC blow out of its trend, blow through its moving averages, back up above 116K, looking good there. Ethereum break its 20-day moving average up above 4250. And we also got this very harsh rejection at that 50-day moving average in terms of BTC dominance. So these are all very promising signs. This is exactly what we had been discussing. And the market seems to be again, getting a little bit of continuity. This is what we needed to see a much bigger extension ahead. We did get that weekly close on our total 3 minus USDT, the highest weekly close. I'm sorry, highest monthly close in history, which is huge for altcoins. And you're starting to feel just a little bit of that confidence move back into the crypto market. Now, here's what I will say. ADA is sitting right in the dead center of this trend, this big bull flag, this big descending channel, whatever you want to call it, that it's building right now. We're sitting right at the edge of our 20 and our 50-day moving averages. We're sitting just below 84 cents. So this right here is our biggest bout of resistance. If ADA can break through this, it's very likely that we're going to run all the way up to 90, 91 cents, top of our trend, test a potential breakout. I'm not saying that's going to happen for sure. We just need more of the same, more confidence in the charts, continued confidence in the markets. So we'll see what happens here. But, we got another day as expected. We had institutional money heavily buying assets. We had $429 million worth of BTC, so they've actually bought almost $1 billion worth of BTC this week alone. Another big day in terms of Ethereum, $127 million worth bought there. BlackRock actually the only one buying on the day. And this was obviously with the markets just kind of uncertain about what we were going to see with the government shutdown. And they failed to reach a deal. The government is shut down. And what's kind of interesting is the last time there was a government shutdown, we actually saw the stock market pump. What was it, like 10%? So again, this could actually lead us towards some pumps in the market, but a lot of what we did was actually liquidate shorts. We talked about the short positions stacking up. We saw a nice surge in terms of ADA. There's still a lot of short leverage up here. As long as longs don't try to get cute and chase price, you could see this continue as the day progresses. For example, across the crypto market, $400 million worth of shorts liquidated over the last 24 hours. Here's just the last 4 hours alone. You can see it's almost a 10 to 1, we'll call it an 8 to 1 imbalance to the short side in terms of leveraged liquidations across the crypto market. So that's a great way to start this month. I'm sure you guys are feeling as excited about this as I am. Now, did want to mention here as well that Midnight partnering or collaborating with Google Cloud. So this collaboration is to accelerate privacy-first infrastructure and advance zero-knowledge technology as essential infrastructure for the next generation of digital systems. Under this collaboration, Google Cloud will operate critical network infrastructure, including a validator, provide confidential computing from Google Cloud to strengthen data protection, extend Mandiant I say that right? Extend Mandiant threat monitoring and incident response to developers. Open doors for builders via Google for startup Web3 programs with up to $200,000 in credit. So actually promoting with Midnight, building with Midnight, it's a pretty big deal. This collaboration will help developers, startups, enterprises innovate across advancements in zero knowledge, incident response, and privacy enhancing technologies. So this is a pretty big deal. They were actually doing a panel, Input Output Global, the Midnight team, and Google Cloud team at Token 2049. That was just yesterday. You guys can go check that out if you guys would like. But this is a pretty big deal. Remember, Midnight has a lot of partnerships in line right from the get-go. And again, this is where you could see more interest in utilization of Cardano infrastructure. Again, remember, Midnight settlement, utilizing Cardano consensus. This is how ADA demand itself just increases over time. And that actually brought me to this. There was this comment from a viewer who's been kind of bearish for a while, so apologize for my kind of snarky responses here to him. But what he said is, if the government shuts down, ADA will be dropping. What institutions are buying ADA? None. And $715 in the short time left in the cycle is delusional. We obviously talked about the extended cycle yesterday, and we have many times before. It's again really seeming like we're going to have an extended cycle. Wouldn't really be that surprising. I said, institutions have been buying ADA for a long time. The fact that some people don't know that is wild, especially seeing as we've talked about this ad nauseum on the channel. He said, which ones? Seriously, I'm a holder. They're only allowed to buy BTC and Ethereum. I looked up, no institutional buy for ADA. Buy who? Please advise. And the thing that people need to remember is that ETPs, exchange traded products, ETFs, are not the only avenue to actually accumulate assets in the crypto market. All right. For example, many of these ETFs that are launched are converted private funds. For example, here's the Grayscale Smart Contract Fund, which actually is $4.8 million worth of assets. ADA makes up 17% of this. Is that just fugazi? Does it just not exist? Or are institutions buying behind the scenes? Institutions are buying behind the scenes. This has not been new news. We've talked about these reports at length as well. Institutional players have been very cautiously, quietly, and carefully accumulating behind the scenes while people have not been paying attention to it. Then you kind of wonder why all these filings come out of nowhere. It's not just to test the waters. You guys have to remember, many of these ETFs that are filed for, they cost hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars to in fact get going in the first place. There is demand there because guess what? They already have assets. They've already tested it out privately, and they just want to take it public. They want to be able to get more institutional clients utilizing their products, and they want to make more money off it. It's very simple. So yes, institutional demand for ADA. For example, Franklin Templeton, guys, is running a Cardano node. Institutions are interested in a big way. Not even here at home. We've talked about ETPs that have launched abroad. So the demand is a lot bigger than people realize. And what people really need to understand too is that this is just us kind of scratching the surface of this. Many of the institutions throughout the world are just dabbling. They've dunked their toes in the water. They have not done a cannonball. They haven't dove in a big way yet. Some of the bigger ones have, but there is still more that's going to be coming. And obviously, some people don't like that in terms of institutional control in the market, and I get it. And understand that you can eventually get to a point where the masses are in so much that manipulation and stuff that we've seen many times before, it doesn't have the same kind of impact. That's kind of what we're waiting for here. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I appreciate it as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Are you excited? Do you think that this is a little bit of a fake out? But have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.